The phrase cheap and cheerful has become a rarity in the South African car market. And with the economy being in a bit of a slump, consumers are looking to spend slightly less on their cars. Thankfully, we have vehicles like this that exist. And no, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is not a Suzuki Celerio. Instead, it's the new Toyota Vitz. Like a Celerio sibling, we've got the bug eyes up front, and then we've also got a bit of a silver trim that they've added here to make the vehicle look a bit more premium. This is the XR variant, so we've also got 15-inch alloy wheels, which also add a bit of zhuzh to the car. In any budget vehicle, we can expect to see plastics. And we do see plastics in this Vitz, but it's pulled off in a way that doesn't seem cheap. Instead, it feels affordable. That's the right word to use when it comes to describing this car. What I do like about this vehicle is that it's got a touchscreen infotainment system, which has got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Bear in mind, this is the XR top spec. But we also have other niceties such as full electric windows with the switches over here. We've got a manual aircon, and interestingly, we've also got a button for your traction control so you can switch it off, which I don't know why you'd want to do that. But yes, this car does come with ESC and ABS. It also has dual airbags, so from a safety perspective, you are sorted. We also have a USB port here so you can plug and charge your phone. We've got a multifunction steering wheel, and we've got rear PDC in this car. So this vehicle does come with some decent kit, especially for a first car. There's always that tall friend in your group. And I'm happy to tell you that should they sit in the back of your Vitz, they wouldn't be too cramped. Legroom isn't too bad, headroom isn't too bad. We don't have aircon vents at the back, which is okay because this vehicle is quite small, so you should get that front aircon quite easily. But you do have your switches to your rear windows here in the center, which again is quite convenient. As a vehicle aimed at first-time buyers and students, you may think that boot space may not be that important, but if you think about it, it really is, because you've got bags, you've got shopping, and you've got friends, so you might want to do a road trip. And I'm happy to tell you that this Vitz has got 295 liters of boot space, which for a small car like this is very good. You would think that 49 kilowatts and 89 Newton meters would be far too little to move a car like this. But when your vehicle weighs 820 kilograms, it's actually quite easy to propel a vehicle with such mass. And it's interesting, this vehicle does not feel slow in any way, shape or form. We are in Johannesburg, and as we know, in Joburg, normally aspirated cars such as this do lose a lot of power. That being said, this little Vitz zips around the road with ease, so you can only imagine how it would feel like in the coast. One thing I do like about this Vitz is the ride quality. Small cars like this tend to sometimes feel a bit ratty on the road and a bit nervous. But this car with its 15-inch alloy wheels feels comfortable, it feels supple, and it actually makes for quite a good run around to do your day-to-day chores. If you're buying down, you're a first-time buyer, or you're a student, fuel economy is a very important thing. Thankfully, Toyota claims that this Vitz will average 4.4 liters per 100 kilometers, which if you ask me, is very good. If you buy the automatic version, it's said to actually average 4.2 liters per 100, which is even better. For me, 4.4 with a manual gearbox is more than I would want. And that's another thing. This manual gearbox is also very intuitive. It doesn't feel clunky, the shifts feel nice and precise, and the clutch is very light as well. One thing to take note of is the fact that it's got 170 millimeters of ground clearance. So should you find yourself in a situation where you need to navigate untarred road, you should have decent clearance. But I'm in no way saying that you should try go off-roading in this thing. But thankfully, should you find yourself in that situation, you should be okay to do a little bit of light gravel. That being said, 170 millimeters of ground clearance means that this Vitz is actually quite tall. So if you're taking corners at quite a quick speed, you can feel the body roll in the vehicle. But that being said, the vehicle does feel quite sturdy on the road, and I think a lot of that has got to do with these 15-inch alloys. However, when your vehicle does weigh under 900 kilograms, when it is a very windy day, you will feel the wind when you're driving on the highway. It's just a fact with a light car like this. At 220,000 Rand for this manual XR spec, this Toyota Vitz is a bargain in today's standards. In fact, this vehicle reminds me a lot of the old school Toyota Taz, a vehicle that many South Africans loved. And I'm hoping that this is the way that this car is going to be perceived, because we need more vehicles like this. A vehicle that can work in many applications. Whether you're a first-time buyer or you're a family that needs a small runaround, cars like this make a lot of sense. There's a no-frills nature about them. They're quite small, so they're easy to park. They feel relatively safe inside. And at the same time, it's just nice for you to have a car that you don't really have to think about as you're driving. So I think that this Toyota Vitz should do quite well, because even though it's a Suzuki Celerio under its skin, it is a Toyota after all. And we know South Africans love Toyotas. So when you've got an affordable Toyota on hand, I'm sure many South Africans are going to buy.